Production support for the Friday Zone is provided by Smithville, a locally owned business serving central and southern Indiana since 1922, with residential and business internet, voice, and security services. Smithville, local pride, global technology. Information at smithville.net. The Margaret A. Cargill Foundation, and WTIU members. Thank you.
Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my!
More like puppies, cows, and walruses. Today in the Zone, we're taking a look back at all the cute critters we've had here in the Zone.
You're not alone. You're in the zone. So hang up the phone and get in the zone. Get in the zone. The Friday Zone. You're in the zone. The Friday Zone. Everyone is invited to come. Everyone is invited to come. Everyone is invited. Get in the zone. Everyone is the Friday Zone.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back into the Zone. Now, I bet a lot of you at home have pets, right? Cats, dogs, birds, maybe a monkey.
Yeah.
Now, Emily, what's your favorite animal?
See, I love snakes and dogs and...
Really?
I'm just kidding. I love cats.
Oh, of course. You were a cat for Halloween, right?
That's right, because I
Yeah.
love them so much. Now, Taylor, what's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is an otter.
Ooh, interesting. Well, I know that we don't have otters or cats on today's show, but we are taking a look back at the smart, loyal, hardworking, and extraordinary animals that we have had here in the Zone.
That's right. Now, in Season 9, a couple of our four-legged friends from the Friday Zone showed Katie about dog agility. Now, dog agility is a sport in which a handler directs a dog through an obstacle course in a race for both time and accuracy. Now, check them out as they weave, crawl, jump, and catch in this Friday Zone flashback.
Please welcome my next guest, Leslie Ems and Anna Grayview from the Flying Paws Agility Club and their frisky four-legged friends, Coda and Jet. Thank you so much for coming in today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And we're so lucky to have your four-legged friends with us too.
Yes, we are.
So Leslie, tell us, what is agility?
Agility is a team sport between the handler, which is me,
Okay.
and the dog, which is Coda.
Okay.
And we navigate an obstacle course.
Such as this one.
Such as this one, usually much larger,
Okay.
in a competition. And the dogs are not patterned to a specific course,
Okay.
so it's different every single time you go out for a competition.
Got it.
It's up to us as the handlers to be able to steer our dogs through the course and tell them where they're going, while also having them perform the obstacles correctly.
So it's kind of a partner sport
It is
or
definitely
competition.
a team sport.
I got it. I got it. So Anna, what do some of the members of Flying Paws, what do they participate in and what do they do with this club?
We have classes. We have an Intro to Obstacles class where the dogs are taught to perform the various obstacles safely and correctly. We have a sequencing class where they're taught to begin putting multiple obstacles together in a course, and then we have open practices where people doing this just for fun or for competition can come and hone their skills on larger courses.
Wow. So tell us what kind of dog your dog Jet is.
Jet is a border collie.
Ah, border collie. And how long has she been doing agility courses with you?
Jet and I have been in training for about 2.5 years and have been competing for 2.
Got it. And Leslie, what kind of dog is Coda here?
Coda is what we call in the agility world an All-American.
Ah, that sounds fancy.
He's a dog of mixed parentage.
Okay.
Basically your average mutt.
With skills, a mutt with skills.
Takes a lot of training and we work hard at it. So
Wonderful. Well, the girls and I are going to step back off of the course and we're going to let you guys head off to the starting line. So
Okay.
go ahead, we will get back out of the way.
all right, you ready, Coda? Come on.
And then Coda is going to start us off.
Okay, good boy. Ready to try this again? Huh? You ready? Ready?
Looks like Coda's ready.
Coda, come here. Good boy. Ready? Go. 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 Tunnel. Coda, weave. Weave. Good boy. Go. Tunnel. Good boy. Yeah.
Great
Good
job.
job, buddy.
Now, Leslie, how high is that jump for Coda?
That jump is 12 inches.
So he's got to jump over the 12-inch jump
Yeah.
to be able to do the rest of the course. And when they're running a course like this, what's the goal or the objective of it?
The goal and objective of agility is to run clean, not incurring any faults, and also to run within the course time set by the distance of the course and the obstacles used.
Okay, so not making any mistakes
Not
when they're
making any
running it,
mistakes.
such as like knocking a jump down or something like that.
Right.
Got it. Well, Jet is going to run this course next, and I believe we have to change the height of the jump. So let's get that jump ready for Jet.
Good.
And we'll get that jump ready. Perfect. Now, Anna, how high is the jump now?
This is set at 20 inches.
Okay, and it's higher because is Jet a taller dog? Is that part of it?
Yes, the jump height that they jump is based on the dog's height at the shoulder.
Got it. Okay, well, when you're ready, go ahead and start.
Hey, Anna, the tunnels are really bad.
Up, through, weave, Jet, up, through.
Good job.
Done.
All right. Now, should we get the tunnel situated while we get ready for our next run through with our expert here, Miss Zoe? Does that need to be fixed just a little bit? Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's get that fixed, and I think the jump has to be lowered a little bit for Zoe's run too. Now, Zoe, tell me how you have practiced with Jet before.
It's just,
Where do you do the practicing?
well, my grandma lives at the bottom of a hill, and then she just moved there, and I just started training with her.
And so Jet and Anna live down the street, is that right? Is that how you know them? And you've practiced with them before?
Yeah,
So you're an old pro at this, huh?
yeah.
All right, well, let's have you step down, and you're going to join Anna so that Jet is going to run this course with your direction. So you're our youngest expert today, and Erin and I will stand back here and take some pointers on how to do dog agility.
You just tell her okay when you're ready, and I'll let her go.
Okay.
And through the weave poles. Over the jump. Through the tunnel. And back over. Excellent job.
Good job.
Wow, no, so for agility now, Anna, does it matter how old you are when you participate? Because obviously Zoe is younger, and I'm sure we have some older members too. So does age matter at all?
Age doesn't matter. There are special programs for our junior handlers, though.
Okay, so Zoe would be considered a junior handler.
Yes,
I got it.
absolutely.
I got it. And so I think Erin has a question for Leslie over here.
How long have you been working with your dog?
I've been working with Coda on agility since 2005 when he was 5 years old. And
so-
he's going to be 10 in January.
Wow, a couple of years of practice there, right? So it takes a lot of time and effort to get the dogs comfortable with you as their partner and then to run through the different obstacles with them?
Yes.
Correct. Well, we are very, very impressed with your agility skills and with Miss Zoe's skills here in leading Jet through the course. So thank you very much.
Those dogs really knew their way through an agility course. But on our next four-legged friends really know their way across the Iditarod. Now, the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race is an annual sled dog team race across Alaska. Mushers and teams of typically 16 dogs cover 1,161 miles in 9 to 15 days, from Willow, Alaska to Nome, Alaska. And last season, Chad and I met two dogs, Sophie and Ennui, as well as their trainer, Finney Ofterhide, as they shared their experiences and memories from their trip through the Iditarod. Check it out in this flashback. Joining us in the zone today are two of my friends, Sam and Jocelyn, as well as Finney Ofterhide and her two dogs, Ennui and Sophie, to teach us a little about her dogs and their trip to the Iditarod each year. Hi, you guys. Thanks so much for coming today.
Thank you.
So, Finney, tell us a little bit about Ennui and Sophie.
Well, I will tell you about Ennui first because she's a real Alaskan sled dog. She's 10 years old, and she actually was raised in Alaska. And one summer, when I was working at a kennel there, learning about how they raise and train sled dogs, I was given her as my pay for cleaning up all the poop and all the different things that I had to do as I worked at the kennel. And then I took her back the next summer, And her dad actually trained her for trail commands so that when we actually take walks, she knows the G, the haw, she knows the straight ahead. And so she was hooked to a sled, and she actually has pulled a sled in the summertime. And actually in the summertime, the sled is a four-wheeler, and I have my own four-wheeler in Alaska that I use to train the dogs with. So this is Anui, and I wanted everybody to see the difference in, she's long-legged, she's lean. The sled dogs are not big, bulky dogs because they have to run, trot, or they get in a nice little gait for over 1,000 miles, and this year it'll be about 1,112 miles that they will traverse on the land. So she is what an Alaska sled dog, racing dog, looks like. She looks a little wolfy. If you look at her eyes are yellow, and but she's very, very gentle because she was raised in my second grade classroom at Rogers with the kids. I used to take her to school with me. And I brought the other dog that I have, and she is just a puppy. I'm surprised she's sleeping right now. Yes, she's 8 months old, but she's a northern dog. She's Great Pyrenees / Shepherd, and you can see the difference if she would stand up. She's just very much bigger, and she would never be able to go the miles that the racing dogs are able to travel. But she can pull a cart, or she could pull a sled. So this is a little jacket that the dogs would wear if it's really sunny in Anchorage as they start the race, and it slips over their head and it would reflect the sun so they don't get too overheated when they leave at the start of the race on a warm day. So that's a coat they would wear. And then this is another one that is actually a lot warmer, and it's lined with fleece. And so when they're out in minus 40 or minus 60 degree temperatures, the mushers, who are the drivers of the sled, would put a coat on like this, and I'd hook it around her belly, and it would keep her nice and warm. And usually they don't run with these on. Sometimes they do when it's really, really windy and cold. But when they rest, stop and rest, then the coats would go on, or blankets over top of them to keep them nice and warm.
Now, Finny, how long is an actual trip during the race before they get to rest? Because 1,000 miles.
It depends. They usually figure they'll run 2 hours, rest 2 hours. There's a run rest that they do with the dogs, so the dogs are not running all the time. And there are veterinarians at each checkpoint to check the dogs, take their temperatures, and make sure that they're not limping. They look at their gait when they come in to make sure they're not losing weight, because they're weighed at the beginning of the race, and they don't want them to lose weight during the race. And when the Alaskan sled dogs run, they have to wear booties. And here are 3 different sizes of booties, and the yellow are the small, then the red are medium, and the orange are the large ones. Okay. And Anui would wear large booties, so they put them on all 4 feet, and that's to protect the feet so they don't get snowballs between their toes. If they run with snow between their toes, it'll cut them. So they put booties on, but Siberian's feet are pretty tough, and the Great Pyrenees feet Suf wouldn't need to wear them either if she were running in the snow.
Sam, you said that you knew a little bit about this, right?
I kind of forgot it though.
You did? Well, do you remember what the name of the actual race is called?
The Iditarod?
Yeah, that is. Now, Finny, would you tell us a little bit about how this started?
How I got interested in it? I had a sister who lived in Alaska, and I would visit her. She was in Ketchikan, which is in the southeastern part. And one time when I was visiting her, she gave me a curriculum that showed things I could do with the Iditarod in my classroom. And I thought, well, that's really cool. Boys like to learn about the Iditarod, and there are girl mushers in the Iditarod, yes. So I thought this would be a really great hook.
To join you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's fine. Well, it's very cool. But
So anyway, So I contacted the Iditarod committee and asked if I could be a teacher, the first teacher on the trail.
That's pretty cool.
Right, right.
Wow.
And go out and send messages back so the kids would learn about what was going on out on the trail. And after a lot of perseverance, they finally said yes, but I would have to pay for it myself.
Well, Finny,
Yes.
thank you so much for telling us a little bit about this.
2 young reporters for the Friday Zone spent time on a farm to see what it would be like to take care of a cow. Check it out in this Friday Zone flashback.
Living with the cows would be getting to milk them. Usually when we milk our cows, we use the milkers, but we just wanted to show you how to milk them free-handed too.
Emma and Darcy probably have a lot of work. I couldn't imagine having this much work every day. Do cows kick or charge at you?
These cows, milk cows, usually the females won't, but maybe bulls or steers will.
What are the parts that you milk them from called?
Okay, these are the teats.
I usually start at the top and I just squeeze down at the very end, push real hard.
I would have thought it would have been a lot harder to get the milk to come out, but you know, it's actually pretty easy once you get the hang of it. So I thought the cows would be a little more scary, but and bigger too, but they're not. You get really used to them after a while. So you guys think you know enough to show Echo how to milk?
I think so.
I hope.
Okay, I'm really looking forward to this. Here is Lynetta the cow, and we are going to attempt to milk her right here in the Friday Zone. Emma and Darcy will oversee things as Elliot and Amber show me what to do. So, did you guys actually get milk out of her?
I did.
Yeah,
You both?
I got some.
So I have some big shoes to fill. What do you do first when you're milking a cow?
Well, you want to, at the top, you want to squeeze and squeeze all the way down, but you don't want to squeeze really hard. You don't want to hurt the cow.
I know, I'm afraid of hurting her. Oh my gosh.
She's used to it.
Do you have to milk her a lot?
You milk her twice a day.
Twice a day, and how much milk comes out of her?
A couple
About
pounds
40
a
or
day.
50 pounds a day.
Out of all the cows, out of
40
12.
or 50 pounds a day.
Yeah.
How many gallons is that? Do
About
you know?
3.
That is so much milk per day. Do you guys actually have to milk them yourselves?
No, we have machines.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, I want to try it. So what do I do?
Okay. You go down there
Okay.
and you put your hand on
The teat.
yeah,
Okay.
and you just squeeze all the way down.
I'm afraid I'm gonna like pull her hair out. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Woo! Did you see it? Did you see it?
I saw it.
You know, I think it would take me a couple years to get gallons out of here. Oh, that's 2 in a row. Did you see it? I'm a pro. I'm gonna come live on the farm and be a professional cow milker. Oh, yes. Okay, so this that the milk is coming out of, does it have like a special name?
It's the udder.
Okay. And are there any other special parts of the cow?
Well, you have the rear udder attachment and the fore udder attachment, and then the teats.
Now, did you guys get a lot of milk out of here?
I only got a few squirts.
I didn't get as much as you.
Oh, I'm going to town, baby.
You're impressed.
I'm impressed.
Oh, okay, so do you guys get to interact with the other animals on your farm as much as you do with the cows?
The pigs a lot. We got to feed them every day, and the chickens. Not really. That's Francis, my little
Did you
sister.
see me
likes
chase
them.
around the chicken? I don't envy you a bit. Well, I think she's stocked with the milk. Do you guys have machines do this on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at her. Now, okay, is the milk that's coming out of here, do you actually give this to people to drink?
You have to pasteurize it first, and then it eventually gets to Kroger.
Is it a special kind of milk?
It's not special, no.
Like-
no. It's different from other breeds of cow's milks.
And you have to have, like you said that this is a dairy cow specifically, like you won't use her for beef or anything.
Sometimes you can, but usually.
Oh, not you, Lynetta, not you.
But usually just for milk.
All right, well, I want to give it one last squirt. You think I'm gonna get it? Come on, Lynetta, don't let me down.
Oh, right.
All right, well, you guys look to that camera right there and tell everybody watching what they should do. Take the farm challenge. That's right, many of you go to school with kids who live on a farm, so why not see if you can visit and have them show you what life on the farm is really like? And if you live on a farm, why not invite some of your classmates over to experience farm life?
Hey Taylor, I have a joke for you, kind of. All right, so what has whiskers, eats fish, has tusks, and weighs in at a whopping 2,300 pounds?
An antelope.
Ah, good try. Actually, it's the star of our next flashback, Brutus the Walrus. So join me as I travel to the Indianapolis Zoo to find out what it takes to take care for these massive animals, including feeding, skincare, and even affection in today's last flashback. Today we've stepped out of the zone and into the Indianapolis Zoo. And I'm here with Laura here at the Walrus exhibit. We're going to find a little bit about walruses. So Laura, thank you so much for joining us today. Tell me a little bit about this little guy that we have here with us today.
Well, this little guy isn't so little. His name is Brutus. Brutus can weigh in at anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 pounds, right? So he's a pretty big boy. He is our only adult male walrus that we house at the Indianapolis Zoo. And he is about 23 years old right now.
Now, how long do walruses typically live?
They can live anywhere from 30s to 40s.
Oh, wow. Okay. So now, I hear him eating. What is he eating?
He eats two types of fish. He eats a smaller one we call this capelin. He just sucks it right down. They have a powerful suction. He also has one called herring, and they eat everything completely whole.
Completely whole. Now, are different fishes like more of a delicacy to them? Like, is there a treat versus, you know, like their real dinner or something?
No, he eats about 30 pounds per feed, and it's all capelin herring. His favorite probably being clams. He does get clams usually once a day, and that's usually at his last feed. And they also get some squid.
Oh,
Brutus
yummy.
Target. Good, yep. But clams is probably his favorite. Is clam your favorite? You like clams? Yes?
Oh, now Laura, you said that they had these finger-like things on his face. Now to me, that looks like a mustache. But tell us a little bit about those.
These are called vibrissae. What these guys do is it's like a whole bunch of little fingers that are on the front of his face. And so what they do in the wild is they go under in the murky water and they get through underneath the dirt and find the clams. And then when they get those clams, they suck those clams right out of the shell. So you know when you have trouble getting those clams right out of the shell, to show his suction power off, we have this tube that we've designed. So we put the fish in there, and he sucks the fish right in. So it's a pretty powerful suction that these guys have. These guys do have 3 feeds a day. We feed them at 9 o'clock, where we do body checks, do some medical stuff with them. We also feed them at around 12:30, and their last feed's about 2:45. When they're not doing that, they usually have playtime. They have lots and lots of toys that we give them. They also, around 3:30 to 4 o'clock, they usually tend to lay out in the sun, so you'll see them lounge and relax and hang out together.
Okay. Now, when they have their playtime, do they interact well with each other, or does it take a while for them to become friends?
They do interact well with each other. What we've done is Aurora, our female, has taken Nereus, who's going to be 7 this year. She's taken him on more of a motherly figure. So you'll see them kind of wrestling around. They swim together a little bit more. Brutus, target. Brutus, target, good. Brutus also tends to hang out with Nereus a little bit more. He likes the little guy. So yeah, they get along very, very well. They interact with each other. They play with each other. They swim with each other. They lay out and sleep together. So they're very bonded.
I could tell from when we first stepped in here. Now, is there some tricks that you would mind showing us?
Sure, they do a variety of things, right? Good. He can wave hello. Can you wave to everybody out there?
Hello, Brutus.
Good, and blow him a kiss. Good job.
Now, how long does it take to actually get them to learn these commands?
Depends on the behavior, also depends on the walrus. These guys are very intelligent. So say if it's a wave, he could pick this up in 1 session. Say if it's something more difficult, as in training him for like a blood layout to obtain blood, that could take a year to train. Just depends on the animal. He's very good natured. He tends to pick up things very, very quickly. Nereus, because of his age and because he's so young, also tends to pick up things very quickly.
Oh, look at you. Now, he doesn't have very many teeth in there, does he?
He does not. He only has a few teeth in there. He does not have tusks. Both males and females do have tusks. He did have to have his removed due to an infection because those tusks are pretty much canines. They go all the way to their brain.
Oh, wow.
So if he were to get an infection, which he did, it tends to go towards the brain and it can be fatal to them. So he and Aurora have both had theirs removed. Nereus still has his. His are about a foot long. They are the longest tusks we've had here at the Indianapolis Zoo. And he also has coverings on the end of his to keep him from rubbing them down and getting infection. Brutus has even had dental work done, right? And he was very good for the dentist. It wasn't very scary. It wasn't scary, was it? No.
No, it wasn't.
So anything that behavioral-wise we can train these guys, we do, especially medically-wise.
Oh, that's so interesting. So now tell me a little bit about their body composition. I can tell he's a big boy.
Yes, he is a big boy. You show him how big you are?
Oh.
Good. He is, as I said, he gets up in the winter to be about 3,000 pounds, which means he is eating anywhere from 50 to 80 pounds, depending on the season. They have lots and lots of blubber to keep them warm. Their water is about 50 to 55 degrees, so that's pretty chilly to us. It takes our breath away when we go in, so it's not like your local swimming pool. So these guys do need that thick layer of blubber, and these guys are from the Arctic area where they have really cold weather, and so that blubber keeps them nice and warm.
Now, when people come and interact, are they as friendly with new people as they are with you guys, or do they have a special liking since they get to be with you guys?
They do. We like to think they like us a lot. These guys do love to be around people, so interacting with new people is a lot of fun with them. Nereus right now, because he is a little bit younger, doesn't quite get the concept of when we go meet people, we're going to go away and it's okay. He kind of wants the people to stay, and he gets a little upset when the people leave. So we're still working on him being like, here's some new people, and you got to do some fun stuff. Now they're going to leave, and it's okay. You'll get to do it again. So he's still learning that, whereas Brutus and Aurora understand people will come back and interact again with them.
Oh. Now, if I were to feed him a fish, would he eat it from my hand?
He would. If you take
I definitely want to try.
All you do is you take this capelin, stick it right through the gate, and he'll just suck it right through.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I've never done this in my life. Here you go, babe. Oh,
they also are pretty good at kissing too. So if you put your hand up there, he'll go snoot. He'll give you, and you can feel how that suction power is.
It's so soft.
They have very soft lips.
All right, well, Laura, thank you so much for giving us some insight on the walruses here at the Indianapolis Zoo.
Emily, you're so lucky you got a kiss from a walrus.
I know, it's my favorite part of last season, but unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for you here today. Remember, you can write to us and let us know what kind of pets you have at home or what your favorite animal is on our website at fridayzone.org.
You can also download your favorite episodes of the Friday Zone on iTunes for free.
Remember to live, learn, and play the Friday Zone way. We will see you right here again next week. Goodbye. Production support for the Friday Zone is provided by Smithville, a locally owned business serving central and southern Indiana since 1922, with residential and business internet, voice, and security services. Smithville, local pride, global technology. Information at smithville.net. The Margaret A. Cargill Foundation. And WTIU members. Thank you.